Hey, welcome back to AnJuan Your Hero. Yeah, yeah, it's AnJuan Your Hero, and it's
Butterfly Spirit.
what's your whole YouTube name?
Butterfly Spirit 314.
Okay, good. I just got done. Took me 3 hours to make some spaghetti. I chopped up a lot of stuff. My eyes kind of burnt. I didn't burn anything, but so much heat. I had a nap. I don't look like I had a nap, but I had a nap. My eyes are dry,
Yeah.
but I got good news for y'all. First good news is mail came in. Went and got some frames, and I'll show y'all what those certificates look like, which y'all probably already know. But we got our certificates in. Reiki level 1 for me, and for her. They both came in. We
Shouldn't
framed
we
them.
have the certificates right here though?
I'll get them right quick. Hold up.
Oh. Oh. Ow. Okay. So while he's going to get their certificates, basically we're just kind of filling in, telling you guys about the progress we've made since our level 1 Reiki class. He's going to talk about some of the experiences he's had. I'm going to talk about some of the experiences I've had and stuff like that, or whatever. I thought it was more credible for us to show our certificates and stuff like that that we got in the mail, because people can say anything about what we did or whatever. So, so first off, oh, darn. Okay, so that's his certificate right there. It says he was attuned to Reiki level 1. And here's mine right here. It says that I'm attuned to Reiki level 1 or whatever. So I got my little certificate and everything. He has his certificate and stuff. And we got that done.
Hey y'all, hang these mugs up on your wall, frame them, because I tell you, man, this makes you feel more successful than if you. I mean, you go, you pay for it, you do your thing, and then you get a freaking certificate. You know what I mean? Like, and you go to bed, hang it up somewhere where you can see it when you're going to bed, because you feel more accomplished by having this. Because it's like, damn, you go to school, go to college, 5 years, and you can't find a job, and then when you do find a job, you get a job that you could have got coming out of high school, except you're worse off than the person who never went to college because you got that. But with this, you get to have this for your life, and you know it works, okay, because you was there with the Reiki, and you actually felt energy, and you know this works, and you have experiences like we're going to be telling y'all today, like we should decide to do
Well,
video.
Well, yeah, honey, but you have to put them back up.
All right, be right back.
So he's gonna kind of throw them back on the wall. Well, above, like the wall above our closet, anyway. So yeah, he's right. It is really exciting for me to see my certificate for my Reiki level 1 class being completed and stuff. Meaning I'm attuned to the Reiki energy as far as the level 1 part of it goes and stuff like that. There's level 2 and level 3. We're going to be going to the level 2 class and the level 3 class, which would basically make us Reiki masters after we complete the Reiki level 3 class and stuff like that. But he's right. Certainly putting your certificates up, putting them in front of you, when you get up in the morning, you see them. When you go to bed at night, you see them and stuff. For us, it's really an awesome accomplishment to see that, So, Yeah, definitely. Oh, here he comes now.
Alright, kick it off with what you've experienced a week after your Reiki 1 Attunement. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I didn't know you talking about me. Well, anyway, a week after it, well, I've experienced some tingle in my hands and stuff like that. I've experienced feeling warmth coming from my hands and stuff when I'm putting my hands on my body in certain places and stuff like that, or placing it like away like this, away from my body or whatever, um, on certain parts and stuff like that. So, I could definitely say that's been something. And also, like, when I rub my hands together, it gets really, really, really hot, a lot warmer than it would have normally been. My hands are warmer, I guess, than they normally are. I'm somebody that usually has, like, really cold hands, so now my hands have kind of warmed up since I've been tuned to the um, Reiki level 1 energy. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Um, I know I had a dream about Reiki before the Reiki level 1 class came about, which was an indication that I was going to get into Reiki. But in that dream, that was something like well before, like I think a week before the class. But like that was something where I was using Reiki energy to heal a dog or something like that. It's like a little black lab puppy that I was healing or whatever. And I guess that was basically to say that I was going to be doing Reiki in the future and, using it to heal, animals, people, whatever. But however, in that dream, though, there was the notion that there are some people who will pretend to be healers who are not really healers or something like that. So I guess it was kind of a warning to me that I may be an authentic, healer, but there's going to be some people who are pretenders out there who want to pretend they're healing people. So that was kind of I guess, a gift from the universe to tell me. And I got to like experience the energy in the dream, even though I wasn't like used to it or not knowing about it. It was kind of something I got to experience. Going back to what I experienced a week after Reiki class, I would say that, and I'm probably gonna wait till he gets to one of the things he's gonna say because then I'll chime in on it because it has something to do with his Reiki or whatever. He's tired. He's working on spaghetti, so.
Took me like 3 hours.
Well, he did a good job too. I mean, he did great. I just kind of added the seasoning to it, though, But I mean, I gotta taste for seasoning, but
it's like 12. It's like 12 in the morning, so.
But it's
probably
fun.
Got something to do with it. But I had a nap. I mean.
Yeah, we did, but it's like cold outside. It's been really cold. It's like the cold cuts through your clothes or something, which is really weird. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've experienced. Oh, I think me getting into the energy and like working with it has been better because I've been doing Reiki, not exactly every day, but every other day I'll do some Reiki and stuff like that. Do some self-healing and stuff. They say the more self-healing you do, the better you get with working with the energy. So, that's what I've been doing and stuff. That's usually the main focus of what you're supposed to do with Reiki energy and stuff. And I'm trying to continue to self-heal because when I get to the Reiki level 2 class, I want to be okay with, doing healing and stuff like that because I know I'm going to have to work with more people and do more group healing. So I want to have my energy to be more powerful and stuff and more able to, work with it better and stuff. So I think that's all I can think of with the like Reiki energy and stuff like that. It's kind of like it's something that is gradual, but you have to keep working with it in order for it to work as far as I'm concerned.
Alright, I'll tell y'all this week. First thing that happened was that me, our fire spirit, was walking past 2 dogs, and it was on the same sidewalk as us. We had to walk past them. Well, I didn't want them to get mad or anything, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna just share some Reiki with them and hopefully they'll feel happy about it, and we'll see that we're okay people and won't get mad or try to attack us or won't think that we're trying to hurt its owner. And we walked right past him. I mean, one looked. I guess he was just wondering. And then we walked past him, wherever, and it was fine. At that exact time, I couldn't feel any energy coming out of my hands or anything. But then, when we walked past him, I was like, "Hey, Michelle." I was like, "Hey." I said, "Hey, I was decided to share the Reiki energy with the dogs, so that just in case, so they wouldn't like hurt us or bite us or anything." And in the motion of me, we was walking down the street, and I told her, I just took my hand and I went like this. I was standing up and I took my hand and I went like this, right? I just kind of did like that as I walked past him. And when I was explaining to her, I immediately jerked my hand back because it got warm. But as soon as I was like, hey, I was like, "Hey, Michelle, those dogs, I decided to share some Reiki energy like that, just like this." And I was like, "Whoa." And she was like, "What?" I was like, "My hand got hot."
Yeah.
And then so I was like, "Oh, your energy probably came back,
Yeah, it's energy return.
I guess the dogs were just returning the energy. I guess I don't know. I guess it's like a thank you." But I was like, "Whoa," So that was one thing. Second thing that happened was I got this headache, and I just kept having this freaking headache. I'm not one to get headaches, so headaches always scared the hell out of me, making me think I'm gonna have some type of brain aneurysm or something. I always get scared of that shit. But, Butterfly Spirit was like, "Hey, how about I just using Reiki energy on your forehead?" I said, "Okay." So I sat right here in this exact chair. I was like, "Okay." She was like, "Right here, it's rough." And I was like, "Ah."
Yeah, it just gave energy.
And then she gave energy. The first time, while she was doing it, with the energy, it went away, But, when she drew her hand back, it's like my headache came back. But in the moment of her doing that, it went away. But then, she's like, "Is everything okay?" I was like, "Well, I still have a headache." She's like, "Okay, I'll try again." So the second time she did it, it felt like this time I had this dream of this Asian woman, this Asian chick, whatever. I was like in the snowy mountains or whatever, and she gave me a hug, and it felt like she cared about me. Well, that's the same feeling I got when Butterfly Spirit did that. I felt like she was caring about me, that she cared about me, that she loved me or something. And I was like, "Oh, okay." That was pretty much the feeling I look for every day, but I usually can't find it, but that time I found it. And I ended up having a dream last night that I was in the Middle Eastern area, and there is Middle Eastern Indian women, two of them, and just I was waiting my turn, I guess, to see this lady, and she had long, wavy hair. It went all the way down to her knees, and she told me, "Okay, come sit in this chair." The chair was like, it had a blue towel on it, and the blue towel had oil on it, and I had to sit on the blue towel with the oil on it, on the chair. She stood to the left of me. When I sat there, we was like really close proximity, and I could actually feel the warmth of her leg, and I could actually feel the material of the sweats that she was wearing, black sweats. And so she said, "Okay, we're going to start. Close your eyes." I closed my eyes, but it's weird. Even though I closed my eyes, I could still see her. It's like I closed my eyes, like in the dream, like, but I can still freaking see her. Actually, be this close to me, and then like put her hand where my neck was on the left side, and I saw this golden light energy come out of her hand and into my neck, and it felt like a concentrated point, like a concentrated energy of like the energy that I explained earlier in my other video when I was laying on the table, and my whole body felt the vibration. Well, it was like all on one side, but then it just went on my left side. And then she was explaining to me, "Okay, I can see that you know, you have a hard time finding love, or, you know, that loving people, or finding, or that they love you, or that they care about you. And I was like, yeah, it's true, you know. I haven't had a lot of that growing up, you know, so, I mean, I guess it's hard for me, but, you know, I mean, I was like, it's easy for me to feel that way, and I dish that out constantly all the time to the person I care about, people I care about, you know, but I don't get that back all the way. Like, I never get it back, you know, the same amount of percentage, and that's just the way that it is. But at least maybe I am. I mean, no, I'm not. But that's pretty much what happened with me. Just those 3 things, or 4 things: the dogs, the headache, the dream. I guess that's it. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but I guess that's it.
Well, you are forgetting something. When we were doing the Reiki exercises, you said you felt energy and you felt the heat in different places on your body.
Oh yeah, we was doing the Reiki exercises, and oh, she's talking about the self healing. So when we did the self healing, you know, when you get your Reiki level 1 attunement, you get these sheets of paper. Oh, I mean, at least we did. I guess you could always go get a book and get a handbook, Reiki handbook, and go through all the self-healing things, or you can look it up on YouTube, Reiki Level 1 Practitioner, or whatever. It's like an hour, 30 minutes each video, 1, 2, and 3. But when you watch that, it'll go through how to heal yourself with self-healing with Reiki. Well, we did all the sections, and some areas I don't exactly remember, so I'm sorry I can't give that to you, but some areas I felt like, for instance, like my neck or my head, I was like, okay, I can feel the energy here, because I was going down, you know, and I was like, okay, I can feel it here, like right now, I can feel a heat here. Like, it's crazy, because when I first started without any Reiki attunement, I go like that, I can feel heat right now. I mean, it's just, what the hell, like...
Did you feel it before?
Right now, like, when I did not have no Reiki attunement, and I did not go through that Reiki energy where everybody was holding their hands above me and stuff, I couldn't feel jack squat. I mean, I can't believe I can actually feel this. It's, like, warm. And I would think that that's just my hands being warm, being hot. But it's not, because I couldn't even feel the warmth of the people's hands there. Okay? When I wasn't attuned to Reiki, and I didn't have anybody give me that Reiki healing. So this is actually something. Feeling that, like, it feels warm right now. I don't know. Can you feel this?
A little bit.
See? And a little bit is still something. All right, that's all I got for y'all.
That's it. Well, you said something about going through the things on YouTube or whatever. Do you think it's better to go through the thing, like, do you think it's better to go through a class, or you think it's better to go through, like, the free thing on YouTube, like with the slides?
Well, you can go through the slides. The slides are for information. I mean, if you want to practice yourself, I mean, you can keep trying and trying and trying until you start feeling something. Keep working with Qigong exercise until you feel something. But you're still not attuned by a master. You know what I'm saying? You're still not attuned by someone who's hit the Reiki master level and who's been doing it for years. Like, you are basically practicing without any of that. But that can still make a difference. Like, some people will still, you know, it depends on how many years you do that yourself. You know, people will still feel like, oh, this person has been working with energy. Like, if you actually put your hands over, you know, you've been working with energy. Like, you'll have experience with working with energy. It's just that you won't be attuned to Reiki, because you didn't, I mean, you're doing it for free off the internet. And a Reiki master got to go ahead and do their little symbols, their chakra rays, and everything above you, and the whole shebang. Okay? Level 1, level 2, and level 3.
I mean, I feel like it's cool to... I think it's cool to practice if you're doing it. I do think, though, that you should go through a class, though. I really think you should, because you're learning from a Reiki master.
And other people, too. Other people there practice different practices. And they'll maybe chime in, but you got to be charismatic. You know, got to have some charisma and get the people talking, because everybody's nervous when they start off. Like, you're all strangers. But it's more friendlier than a church though, and more accepting than Christianity though. Okay, way more friendlier, way more accepting. Okay, so don't be scared. They're not gonna push that type of stuff on you and tell you if you don't do this right, you're gonna burn for all eternity, never getting out. Even though you don't got no flesh, and even though when you're a spirit, you're not supposed to feel pain and all that other stuff. So don't worry about all that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You just remind me of the fact that so when we took our class, so like they said something about the guy who did Reiki, I think Dr. Osai or whatever. They said he was like supposed to be a Christian, like I forgot, some type of Christian. I don't know what kind of person he was.
That was some type of myth that was going around, but wasn't true.
Yeah, the thing is like Reiki is something that is not about. It's not about It's not about religion.
Yeah.
It's not tied to religion, and I think one thing to mention to people is that a lot of people think if they're Christians, they think the only person has the ability or entity has the ability to heal is Jesus, and I think that that's a big misconception that is out there, because people think if you go to like these shows for like TD Jakes or whatever, where he like puts his hands on people and then they like fall back and all this stuff. They think they're going to be healed and stuff or whatever. And people have big claims. I think AnJuan was talking about like he went to this church and then this lady was talking about how like she stopped smoking because she was going to go see TD Jakes or something. And does that kind of stuff really happen?
No. I mean, it can. I mean, maybe that's what finally inspired you to finally stop. Maybe. I mean, for instance, there's kids that say, Daddy, I don't want you to die. That inspires them to stop smoking. Whatever inspires you to stop doing the stuff you're doing. Sometimes it takes a doctor. You only got about a week to live.
Oh, yeah,
or
that's...
We're going to have to give you a voice box in about a month if you don't stop smoking. All those things.
Yeah.
Different inspirations to stop doing whatever it is that you're doing that's hurting you.
I think that makes sense. I just think that like
It's not all attributed to Jesus or Christianity or religion.
But you did have an example of something from when you used to go to church.
Oh yeah, when I used
the guy
to,
with the fingers.
Yeah, when I used to attend, there was a guy that actually believed all that stuff, and he said, "Well, I seen it on TV all the time." So I guess he was a war veteran. Okay, and he had like he was missing like 3 fingers. I think mine blew up or something, and he came in limping though, so he wasn't. I guess whatever blew his fingers off also messed up his leg, but he still had his leg. But he came in
to the church.
To the church, and he said, "Okay, I want Jesus to heal my hands. I seen on TV, Well, they said that you got to have the Holy Ghost to be saved and speak in tongues in order to have the true power, and that means you have the true power of healing a God and all that stuff." And he believed it. Hell, I believed it too. But when we all prayed and the pastor was there and his wife was there speaking in tongues, so I'm like, okay, so the Holy Spirit's coming through because they're all going and they're making all these noises, so so I'm like, okay, so must be working. God must be coming through, Jesus must be coming through, the healing power is here. I'm sitting there giving them, saying sweet nothings, like, oh, don't worry, it sounds sweet, but it's not attributed to anything. It sounds sweet, but it's nothing because it's not working. I'm telling you that God's healing you right now. Listen to him. They're working. They had me duped.
Okay.
And his hands didn't get healed. Like his fingers didn't grow back.
So what did he do after the whole
he
prayer
left.
thing?
He got really depressed, extremely sad, and really defeated looking. And he was supposedly doing that to get a girl back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, supposedly, because she it felt weird when he hugged her or something was going down with him and his chick, and he just wanted God to heal his hands, be back to normal, so that he can, I guess, hug her correctly or play with her or play some games. I don't know what it wanted to do, but your fingers, you need them for work and whatever else.
Mm-hmm. Did it work?
And it didn't work. His fingers didn't grow back. I mean, it didn't. So
yeah,
and I was really disappointed, because if they're speaking in tongues, that's supposed to. I mean, and if you can't speak in tongues and you're trying to get that Holy Ghost feeling to flow through you and speak in tongues and everything, to feel that power, to feel that energy, like what I expected to feel from church was exactly what I felt at the Reiki level 1 class. That's the feeling, that evidence. That's what I was looking for church 14 years, never felt. So that was the issue. I mean, I spoke in tongues when I came up out of a baptism when I was 13. You know how I did that? Because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I thought that you're supposed to be evidence that you're changed. So I came up and I started trying to imitate what they sound like. Trying to act like feeling what they feeling. I thought that's what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
But
it didn't.
It didn't do anything. Because right after that, I told y'all about how I ended up getting possessed by something really dark, and it, through all my
experiences,
bad experiences in my head and my face. So, and that was supposed to protect me from entities and demons, whatever. But baptisms don't protect you from jack shit. But the thing is that his fingers didn't grow back, y'all. Okay, and Reiki isn't. I don't know if Reiki can make your stuff start to regenerate. I don't know. We have stuff called junk DNA, so I really don't know what happens if it activates. Maybe it can. I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just that with Christianity, the whole thing with, like I was saying about when people see this stuff on TV and they see the people get healed, they get this false idea that it's gonna do something for them, and it's important to really bring truth to that, the fact that it doesn't. I think I was talking to AnJuan, and I was saying, well, people really believe in this stuff with Christianity, then when they lose a loved one and they're at their loved one's funeral, why don't they pray to bring their loved one back? They don't pray for that because they know that can't, they know it cannot happen using it. They're being logical.
There was a family that lived in an apartment complex that lost a grandmother, and they prayed for 2 months for Jesus to bring her back, like he did Lazarus. That in the Bible, how he was already decaying. Just like how 10,000 years ago in ancient Egypt, a person named Horus rose somebody from the dead named Lazarus too, and now Jesus decides to go find somebody named Lazarus and raise him from the dead. Just so it would be cool. You know what I'm saying? But to add in the Bible, I guess just so it can be cool, because unless it's, I have suspicion, that it's just copied like everything else, and they just kind of copied that one pretty much directly from the walls. But they believed in that, these people believed in that.
This Christian family
did, and they got in trouble because the apartment complex, other people was complaining it was stinking and things, and they was living in that stink, and they was coming out, opening the doors, and the stink would just come out in the halls, and people would smell it. And the kids would ask, what's that smell? It smells like dookie or whatever. And that's just one of the things. And the news, it was on the news, and it was on a newspaper or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And there was comments, and people was like, oh, they want to, they would love to do a report on this just to say that Jesus ain't real, and that the Bible is not real, and the stuff in it's not real. Well, obviously, yes. I mean, if you're going to make a comment like that, you can't defend something that these Christian families believed in, and it didn't work, and right in front of their face for 2 months straight.
Yeah, there's...
Okay? Mm-hmm. Being told that Jesus is watching you all the time. He's always present. Well, if that's the case, like, imagine how this family felt. Praying for 2 months, and he's available all the time, and he's watching them all the time doing this, and he don't show up. But yet, you got other people on YouTube, Jesus revealed himself to me. What?
I think that's a straight up lie. I think it's something that people, they want to say because they just want people to think that they're, valid or whatever. And because they want to believe in it and stuff. And I think the fact that that the grandmother was not brought back or whatever that the family was trying to bring back, well, that just tells you it doesn't work.
Now, see, if they had Reiki, you know, they would have probably been able to prevent her from even dying, and gave her, you know, healing energy through Reiki. Reiki energy, which is supposed to be, you know, energy that's always available that anyone can use. It's not tied down to, you know, it's always around. It's not tied down to a specific religion or a New Age movement or whatever the heck this stuff is that y'all say. Okay, so if they did that, okay, with the Reiki, then she probably would have felt cared for enough to want to get her body right, you know, take her medicine or whatever it is that she had to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's just because with Reiki, you feel, when a person does Reiki on you, you have this sense of someone caring for you. Like, that's what it is. It's that missing part where you feel like no one's caring for you, no one's really caring for you. But with that Reiki, they're doing that. They're actually, you know, they're taking their time out to actually rub their hands, and they're really trying. And when you feel the little energy coming off, it's like, oh wow, they, you know, their feelings in their Reiki must be so strong that, you know, they really care about me. Let me go ahead and try to get my life right and stick around a little bit longer for this person who cares about me or whatever.
That doesn't happen with Christianity, though.
No.
But Christianity doesn't happen, does it?
No.
Well,
I mean, some people pray and one person live. Some people pray, you know, and their children die of cancer. Some people pray and they win money, while other people pray and they gamble everything on a job and go move there on blind faith alone, and the job people tell them that they have no job for them and now they're homeless. I mean, you got to do some math. 1 + 1 = 2 no matter where you go. But prayer is not consistent, so you need to do some math and try to find out, you know, what is what religion, what is it? If there is real religion, which one works for everybody? You know, just go. No, I mean, just find one religion that doesn't allow any type of killing or maiming or killing of infants or conquering people, or find that one that doesn't allow that doesn't play that stuff, that's totally for the good of humanity all the way through. If you can't find that, then don't join any one of them and work on making the world better. Like, go out there, help the animals. Go out there, help people that are sick. Go out there, try to set some stuff up, you know, set some businesses up to help people. Just do something that when you leave, you know, people can say or have written down, you did this or you made that.
Yeah, instead of just saying you're going to pray for people and then you don't do anything.
Oh yeah, my pastor, he always got mad at me or angry at me because every time somebody, like certain people that would come in that be new, and they'd be like, oh yeah, my name is Spopovich Ravoisky or something. I'm not going to remember that name. You know, and they're sitting there, you know, we're taking prayer requests, and they say, okay, we'll pray for you. And he says, next person. I'm like, why you just lie to them? Like, first of all, like, that's one of the things I see all the time too. Like, sometimes I get free food, you know, food bank, stuff like that sometimes. You know, a little extra help always help. And there was this lady that got angry at another lady, and the lady with the short blonde hair, like mine, her hair was short like mine, you know, and she was blonde, but she was black. And she got mad at another lady with these glasses, and she called her a nigger or something. And she said, see how the devil come out? She said, I'm going to pray for her. I'm really going to pray for her. So I'm going to pray for you. And she let the lady get in the car and drive off. She never prayed for her. Like, they lied to people saying that. So like I said, my pastor would get angry at me because I would go to every person and we're taking prayer requests. And every time they needed help with a job, or there's somebody who's in the hospital sick or something, I would go right over to them and say, what's your name? Shake their hand and pray for them right there. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Of course it's going to take a while. You're taking prayer requests. You have to pray for each individual person that's in need. Or you can just lie to them like you usually do and never get to them at all. And then just wait until the service is over or the prayer request is over, and then try to remember every single person and try to pray for them all. Come on. You're not going to remember all those names. You go, we got moms out here with 5 kids, with all of them sick with the flu or something. You ain't going to remember every single name. So you might as well go over there and handle that prayer request right then and there. I mean, even though this shit don't work, but When I believed in it, I was serious. I people had needed money, I had to donate. But when I needed it, all the Christian people on my Facebook, my father and all these other people, not $1 was donated. That's how fake Christianity is. Now, when I was about to lose my apartment and all that, not one person donated. Not one. Not the pastor, not the pastor's wife, not nobody from the church on my Facebook, not nobody that in my family is supposed to be Christian that talk about me going to hell for not being a Christian and all that type of stuff. But these motherfuckers never donated not one fucking dollar. And I posted that stuff up there for 3 months. Once, like twice every week. So, nothing. I got nothing. But now they want to yell at me. But I'm just letting y'all know. See all that stuff I went through as a Christian?
Yeah.
Reiki ain't like that. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay?
Yeah, it's nothing like that. I mean, it's so funny when you actually go and you interact with people who are into like Reiki, or they're into like some form of spirituality and stuff like that, and they're more down to earth and more likely to interact with you and stuff like that. Whereas in a church, every time you go into a church, if you're new to a church, you already know what they're going to do. They're going to have that little form there and ask you for your name and all the people in your household, and they're going to ask you your address, your phone number and everything, and want you to join their church and say, well, you're not saved unless you're in our church, and, oh, this is how much you have to give to our church, and our church has more truth than any other church. Yeah, that's how they welcome you in the church. I mean, at the church I went to a Catholic church, so yeah, they have like a form, you know what I'm saying, for new people, trying to get you in and suck you in and stuff like that, Now, when it came to tithing, though, it was you got kind of embarrassed if you didn't give any money, because would.
That right there is what ticks me off.
What?
The tithing thing. What did it say? Money is the root of all evil. But Jesus wanted to ask you for the stuff every Sunday. And if you don't got it, he'll put a curse on you. What? I mean, what? First of all, no pastor, preacher, church should ever be passing around the collection plate. You're supposed to have everything you need by God. We all coming to you. Everybody's coming to the pastor, because the pastor is the one that gets to talk to God. You don't. Well, that's how they put it. Okay, you don't. So you got to go to the pastor, who's got to go through the middleman named Jesus, who's got to go get it okay to God. Okay. So instead of you just opening up your third eye, open up your crown chakra, and getting spiritual, and going to God directly and asking where the hell he been at for 2,000 damn years, you gotta freaking go through a middleman to go through another middleman to go to the person. Okay? And that's how they give it to you. So, no pastor should be, the preacher got problems. He's got, a leaky roof, repair problems. How does that work? Because God's supposed to be, nothing should ever be going wrong with the pastor's life at all whatsoever, because that dude is supposed to be the most protected, the most anointed by God, and he's supposed to know the Bible all the way from the front to the back. And now if you don't, why are you following him? If you pass around a collection plate, why are you following him? Because last I remember, the whole tithing thing, it was the spoils of war. That's what the tithe and stuff was. So whatever he got out of war, he gave back a little bit from his war. That's what the tithe and stuff was. I didn't hear nothing about no money, though. I'm just saying, So that's what takes me off. It's like, why are you passing that around for? Because you're supposed to be the one anointed, and everybody's coming to you because you're the one that's the most anointed by God.
Yeah, you're supposed to be. I know with the church I went to, it's like, just the act of, if you didn't give any money, you'd feel embarrassed or something, because it's like you got people looking at you like, oh, are you going to give, you know what I'm saying? Are you going to give or whatever?
Because everybody's watching the collection plate go down like, okay,
yeah,
that person gave.
Yeah, and when you don't give, they're looking at you like.
Oh, by the way, some of these pastors will send you a letter stating that you owe them a certain amount of money in tithing. It happened to a black lady with 2 kids, I think, or either 1 kid. But it happened to a black lady. There's an article about that where it got sent in the mail. This person was suing her. This preacher was suing her because she wasn't going to their church, and I guess supposedly getting free blessings instead of paying for her blessings. Okay? And they told her that she owed like $5,000 something dollars.
Well, that wouldn't make sense because if you little history lesson. So, if y'all ever been in a history class or whatever, I think in like maybe middle school or something, you would have heard about, or high school, you would have heard about the guy Martin Luther. You can look up Martin Luther, and basically Martin Luther had charged the Catholic Church. I think this was way back in the day 1500s or whatever. And he basically, or maybe back before that, he charged the church with his 95 Thesis. And one of his 95 Thesis was the fact that the church was selling indulgences. Indulgences was basically the act of the church accepting money for people having their sins expunged, so to speak. So basically, people were paying the church money to get rid of their sins so they can get into heaven. Don't it sound like current tithing right now? I mean, you can look at Martin Luther's 95 Thesis and him talking about the church and indulgences. You can look that up. That's a history lesson. So go check that out for y'all. If y'all don't believe that, then you can look it up if you want to. You know, Martin Luther. When I say Martin Luther, I don't mean Martin Luther King. I mean Martin Luther, okay? Martin Luther had the name Martin Luther before Martin Luther King. In fact, the funniest thing that people don't know, and I found this out through numerology, the fact that the guy who y'all think is called, you know, Martin Luther King, right? Well, actually, his actual name was, I believe it was not Martin Luther King. He wasn't born Martin Luther King. He was born Michael. And then he got the name Luther. And then he had the name King. So his name was Michael, not Martin. Okay? You look it up, Martin Luther King. You look up Michael Luther King. You look it up, you'll see Martin Luther King, because that was his original name, was Michael, not Martin. Martin made it look good. The idea of changing his name to Martin and all that stuff, it made it look really good. But really his name was Michael Luther King.
If y'all see my face, I'm not like looking at her or listening to her like she's tripping. My eyes are just dry. Alright?
No, that's okay. I mean, I'm just saying, like, and the whole thing with the indulgences, historical facts. Look it up. We real facts here is what I'm talking about here. A little tired, but yeah, this is the truth. I mean, I just think it's so funny how people do not apply logic to the church or the Bible.
I know we kind of went way off left field, but
I mean, it's necessary though.
All this stuff is that we're talking about all this bad, freaking messed up stuff. Reiki isn't like that.
No, it's not.
So don't be scared, okay?
Yeah, it's not demonic.
I'm just letting y'all know that it's not like that. Okay? We're saying all this stuff about Christianity, blah, 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 because that's what's like that. Reiki's not. You're going to get a lot of support, okay? You can tell your ghost stories there, because you got other people there that have experiences with you. But like I said, you got to be charismatic. And
you got to be open and talk.
And, get yourself some tea or something. Then to open yourself up to talk,
You gotta be willing to do that and stuff, and people will be willing to share. I mean,
that's all I gotta say. Is the rest is on her.
I'm pretty much good though. I mean, we're gonna be doing some more videos, I think, at some point with the rest of the Reiki progress and stuff. But the stuff that's not related to Christianity, it's not demonic. Reiki is not demonic. It's actually something that brings people together, and it's something where you get to know people and you love people and you care about people.
Do y'all know what demonic means? When someone is being demonic, that means they're going against your free will. So if you have a free will to not be raped or robbed, and somebody comes and rapes or robs you, they are being demonic. That's what that is. If you want to be free of people putting you down and mental abuse, and you got Christians coming here telling you you're going to go to hell because you're not as perfect as them and they're better than you, that's mental abuse, and they are being demonic by going against your free will to feel happy and feel like you have your whole life ahead of you, and while they're coming in and being demonic and destroying your free will of how you feel, that joy that you got, that you hold in your heart and things like that. Okay? that's what being demonic is. Going against someone else's free will that makes them happy. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Anybody can be demonic at any time. If you see people arguing with each other, well, they're both being demonic with each other. They're both going against each other's free will of, wanting to have things their way, or, be. I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, but even I'm gonna say with Christians, so just because you're a Christian, it don't mean you nice all the time. And just because, see, you can be a Christian, and some people gonna say, well, I'm a Christian, I give it up my life to God and everything, and I'm never demonic. But yet those be the same people who gonna be sitting there cussing somebody out. It don't mean that you ain't that you nice all the time because you're a Christian.
But that's one of the most dangerous minds to have, is a Christian mind, because you can treat anybody however you want to, and then you can just go repent, and they say give it all up to God, and therefore you're guilty conscious of what you've done. It's still out there, but you don't actually feel it. You don't feel the guiltiness of it, and so therefore you just go back out there, you do whatever, you can murder, whatever, and you just go and repent.
And you don't feel it till the karma comes back, and
yeah,
and it hurts you, like those people at that. Well, I don't know if it hurt those people at that church, but maybe it did.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can't, like I always say, you can't just go around being mean to people and think that nothing's going to happen to you. I mean, you can't. I mean, it's going to come back somehow. But I mean, with being a Christian though, you won't even see that. You'll just, even if it does come back to you, you're just called the devil.
Yeah, you call it Satan. Oh, you blame Satan for it,
but really it's you.
Yeah, and you did that
because you believe that you repented, you got on your knees, and God, please forgive me, blah, blah, blah. I'm giving all my words to you, God. I'm giving all my guilt, all my stuff to you, God. You can have it now. You take care of it, God. And boom. You just go back out in the world and be demonic towards other people. Go back, repent, give it all to God, and not have no guilty conscience of it. And so it's highly dangerous, because somebody's going to be going through something one day, and you're going to say the wrong stuff to them, like you're going to walk up to them, you're going to say, well, you should thank God for every breath, and you should thank God for every breath, and then you're going to say stuff like, God has a reason why you live, God has a reason why you die. What if because one of those people is going to be somebody that just lost their relative, brother, sister, uncle, mom, dad, to cancer or to whatever disease, and now you're telling them, and they were sitting there praying the whole time, and now you're telling them that God is the reason why you live and God is the reason why you die. You might get decked in the mouth.
Or you could get shot. It just depends, because you don't know if they're packing a weapon or a knife.
So,
or a gun.
So what I just want to say is Reiki plus other spiritual things where you're setting a good intention always out. Your intentions are always good. Your intentions are always for the betterment of people, of making sure that they don't feel bad, of lifting people up, empowering people, lifting them up. You can do it. All of that. Okay, we got a problem at hand. Let's look at the elephant in the room and find out the problem and work on it. We can do this. That positive reinforcement, always positive reinforcement. That type of spirituality. Go look for that. Keep doing that. And it's nothing like the religions that, like we just said, like, for example, the Christianity stuff.
Yeah, but
don't be afraid. Go ahead and do that.
But, people are going to say, oh, in Christianity, we lift people up and we do that. And because I've heard in some churches they do that. They'll say they uplift people in Christian churches, and they'll say that.
Well, just look at my stuff. Just look at my stuff on my YouTube channel. I think I got a playlist about my abuse and paranormal happenings or whatever. Let's look at that playlist, because I tried everything to this set, and every time I tried it, something demonic would happen, like an entity, demonic entity-wise, not something like something I can't see. But then again, who knows? It could have been some of the people at the church astral projecting, or they already, because some people know that stuff, but I didn't know what that was back then, so I just figured it's what they told me. I can't see it, but I know it's touching me, and I know that it hurts, so therefore it's a demon. It's just how I looked at it. But yeah, other times, and just watch it. I don't have to go through it. I say it all the time in my videos.
Yeah, but spirituality is good, and Reiki and different other things. I mean, I feel like those like anything, like Reiki and the positive, passive things, lucid dreaming, astral projection. These things they're good for you. And one thing they help you do is realize that you are important, you are special, you have something about you that's good, and it's not something where you're nothing. You're actually something. You're somebody. You're divine. You have that energy in you. You're a creator being. Whereas in Christianity, they tell you you're nothing or you're nobody, and you're no better than anybody else.
Which is the most dangerous thing to tell somebody, especially children, because they're not going to strive for good grades no more. Your daughter's probably not going to stay a virgin anymore, because no matter how good, no matter how hard she tries, you in the church are always telling her that she's never going to be better than anybody else. So why would a dude try and strive for good grades if he's always the equivalent to the person that's failing? Why would a woman, a daughter, tell her to be a virgin? Why would she try to stay a virgin when all these other girls out here being loose, and she's always going to be the equivalent to all these other girls out here being loose, running around, being a hot tail? So, I mean, that happened to somebody out in one of my relatives I know, I'm close with.
Yeah.
It happened to them, and they was always told that. And they stopped. Like, they stopped working on the grades, and they started slipping around, and they started doing that stuff. They knew more about sex before I did. And it was just, I mean, I made a choice to be the hero rather than the villain.
Yeah.
I made an actual conscious choice to never be like my abusers or the people that hurt others.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what it comes down to. You got 3 different type of peoples in movies. You got the people that don't do nothing. You got the people that do something. And then you got the people that do the bad things. So, pick a 3. Whichever one you want to be.
All right. Well, guys, this has been the our update video or update collab for our basic happenings after our Reiki level 1 class and stuff. We'll do another video next week. Let's see, today is, well, we started making this video, I think like an hour ago, so we started making this video on January 29th, 2018, so we'll be doing another video, and a week from now, February, but like next Sunday or something, to give you guys an update of if anything new's happened in terms of Reiki and stuff. It's actually something that's working and stuff, so we're excited about it, and we're working on getting more certificates, so become more accomplished, because it feels good to be accomplished and have certificates above your head like you're striving and doing something. So
At least that's working.
Well, yeah, because we actually felt that it was working. And that was the first day we walked into class, and then started getting attuned and stuff, and it was great because we actually felt it working. Christianity, you walk in, and, well, in a church you walk in, you want it to be something, but don't really go nowhere. But he was in church for 14 years.
I mean, I know it's crazy. It's like, why the heck if you felt like that, why the heck were you there for so long? Because I was getting my ass kicked. I was getting beat all the time, molested all the fucking time. I was in survival mode the whole time. Plus, I was looking for somebody that had psychic gifts like me, and I was looking for that, and I didn't know the conscious community existed. If I had known that, I would have never went to a church, okay? But I didn't know that. I didn't know what a conscious community was. I didn't know there was other people like me. The only people that talked about a ghost was the church people, or any paranormal stuff was church people. So the only place I went to, and I stuck with it for so long, despite all the bad stuff that happened, and despite nothing working, is because I wanted to know and try to see this doggone Jesus, since he's still alive and he's supposed to be everywhere. I wanted to talk with him somehow, or connect with him somehow, so that I can get these psychic abilities under control and learn how to use them correctly to better help my mom and other people, that needs the help. But I never got that. But with the conscious community and with studying and research, I do get that.
Yeah. Oh, Reiki, you feel it.
And and it was just kind of messed up, because when you change, you just realize how some of the people that you thought were Christians, and how they don't try as hard as you do. Like the lies is just so much. And I guess I'm just so upset about it, because reading the Bible for myself, You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's really what did it. It really that hurt the most because of all the abuse. I always thought it was Satan. They always said it was Satan. It was demon all the time. But then when you read it, the Bible, you hardly ever find Satan. But whenever you do find him, God does something to him, and Satan always reverse engineers what God just did. So this whole God coming back thing, Jesus coming back thing, and he's supposed to find Satan. He never actually knows where Satan is in the Bible all the time. And it's like, so if he comes back, you're not going to find him. Like, you didn't even know there's a freaking snake in your own garden. Like, what's wrong with you, man? It's like you didn't even know where, Abel was. Like, how do you not know where these people are? If a dog can sense earthquakes, how can you not sense a person walking over a snake in your own garden or anything like that? How can you not sense? How can Satan just reverse engineer what stuff you did? Like, so you're supposed to put him in hell forever. You already tried to do stuff like that. And then obviously he was walking in and up and out on the earth and all type of stuff and popping up in God's meeting. So how are you supposed to be blissful in heaven forever? And the war's already supposed to be won and everything, but if Satan's just going to reverse engineer what God did again, and then it's going to be over and over again, what did it say? You're going to have, after 1,000 years, Satan must be loose? Why? Come on, why? Why he must be loose? Like, it's just no hope, They want to give you this false ass hope, but when you read that book, there's no fucking hope. And then people talk about the wisdom of God, the wisdom, but what wisdom to God is there? Because if Solomon was made the wisest man ever that ever will live, none of us after him, none of us could ever do as good as Solomon. But still, he still worshipped false gods, and then he sacrificed God's own animals, like thousands more of them, just because he was sorry. Like, I'm sorry, but animals just don't roam free to reprocreate just so you can go and sacrifice them and stuff. That's not what they're doing. They're doing that to live, to survive. You wonder how animals go extinct? Like, you keep doing that stuff, yeah, the animals are going to go extinct. Thousands of animals, 150,000 animals. What's wrong with you?
But there was that one verse you were talking about for people when they're talking about evil. What's that verse about?
Oh, yeah, God? It was, just look for yourself. It's Isaiah 45, verse 7.
It's in the King James
In the King James version. I got the King James Authorized version. Like, look that up. Where's my Bible? I'll read it for y'all right quick. I got it quick tabbed. Oh, my quick tab's on my left, so on the right. So Isaiah 45, verse 7. From the King James Authorized version, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So all the bad stuff you're happening, you don't even have to attribute to no damn Satan at all. Because remember, when Adam and Eve ate the fruit, it was the knowledge of good and evil. Evil already existed. God already created it. Satan did what he did because God created evil already. I mean, all he has to do is just uncreate it if he doesn't want it to exist. So everybody is pretty much his little abusive playthings that he gets to abuse as much as he wants. Which is why I almost killed myself 4 times being in this. I almost killed myself the first time because my dad, but, and being called a liar and Christianity not working.
Mm-hmm.
But because of this stuff and the fact of, no matter how much you try to repent, if you do something twice, you'll never be forgiven no matter how many times you ask. I'm not about to go all the way up to year 100 and die knowing I'm going to go to hell. I'm just going to end my life because something about that allows me to escape and not give him any more playtime to fucking abuse me. Like all my other abusers. Like, fuck you, But, yeah, this is very dangerous. This Christian stuff is very dangerous. Highly fucking dangerous. It will fucking make you kill yourself down there when you read that stuff. So, or when you go through it, you're trying it, nothing's working, okay?
Yeah.
But Reiki and spirituality is not like that.
Yeah, it's good. Point. It's positive. It's uplifting. It gives you a sense of community. It makes you happy, fulfilled, and stuff.
I want to thank y'all for coming to AnJuan, your hero, again, or Butterfly Spirit 214, whichever channel you're on.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. You got any last notes you want to add about Reiki level 1 in your week?
No, but if you guys want to, like people would normally say, like, comment,
subscribe,
share. if you want to do that. And if you guys want us to do a collab about, the stuff we're talking about,
If y'all
we're
want,
okay with it.
like, if y'all want a question and answer,
Yeah.
let us know so that we know that y'all actually want that.
Yeah.
And then, we'll get our internet turned back on or whatever and do it. Because right now we just go to the library to do that stuff and upload our videos. Because, like I said, try to keep the costs down on stuff.
Yeah.
We live a life. We live the black life.
Yeah, it's not that, it ain't that rich and famous life.
We ain't in the ghetto or nothing, but we live that black wage. So,
yeah,
that the current 2018 June 30th wage. So
July. I mean, what the
or
January? What
January.
the hell?
I'm sorry.
It's January 2018. What the hell?
Tired. See, I told you it's shows, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's 12:50 a.m. What the hell?
Damn, it is. You gotta play your game before you go to sleep, though.
I know. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm about to go to sleep and go get up and go right to work. Don't y'all hate that?
Yeah, nobody likes that. But anyway.
Thanks for visiting us. Thanks for stopping by. This has been for a week after.
Week after our Reiki level 1 class.
And this is just
updates.
And we
ain't even got to level 2 or level 3 yet.
So
it's gonna be exciting.
I can't wait. See what's up with that. All right.
Bye.
See y'all later. Thanks.